Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 4 of your 7-day ab series. So, day 4 is weighted abs. So, each day has been kind of building to this. I had Pilates abs, standing abs, floor abs, and now weighted abs. So, we're just going to start to add some resistance to this. If you don't have weights, you can use water bottles, you can use soup cans, you can use a laundry detergent bottle, which is can be quite heavy. Sometimes we'll use one weight and sometimes two. I'm going to give you options for both. And I'm going to be using moderate weights like 8s or 10s. So I'll show you how to modify if you want to use one weight for any of these moves. So my tip of the day is strength training. Strength training for the win. For women, really, it is critical to do strength training. And I thought it would be appropriate to put it into the weighted abs. The weight will give you a more functional, stronger, stable core. Not to say you can't get it without weights, but it's just a fun way to kind of build. And then you do get some other body parts that are going to get stronger as well, like shoulders, triceps, maybe some biceps today in some of the isometric holds. So very, very important. I can't say it enough. You'll find so many strength training workouts on my YouTube channel. It's critical for women, not only for just your physique and how you feel. You'll feel stronger. You'll feel more confident. You will build bone density, which is so important for women in peri to postmenopausal years. And you can never start that too early. I started weight training, gosh, in my high teens, early 20s. So never too late to start, but never can start too early. Well, I shouldn't say that. We have to be careful with kids, but you can do some moderate strength training as well, even if it's just with body weight. It's going to be great for your metabolism because the more muscle you have, the more muscle mass, the better your metabolism. A lot of people think our metabolism just slows down as we get older. Yes, but it really doesn't start to slow down till the age of 60 plus. It really isn't going like taking a nosedive. What is happening though is as we get older, we're losing muscle mass. So if you're not actively strength training, you're not getting that muscle replaced. So that will impact metabolism. And if you are less active, say if your kids are older, you're not running around as much, that tends to happen as we get older. So a lot of people just say, oh, it's my metabolism. Not really the case. You can do so many things to up your metabolism. So not only will the strength training help with that, it will just help build a better posture, better core strength, better back health. So with that being said, let's get started with weighted abs day 4. And if you're liking these videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I have over 400 videos on this channel. So feel free to ask me any questions you want. I'm available on social media, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. All those are linked in my YouTube channel. So you can contact me there through a DM. Also on my website, fitwithchristina.com, there's an email link there, a contact link. You can email me any questions there. So I'm going to get some music on. And I realized I didn't change the ticker. So let's change that ticker to, there we go. I hope I didn't throw anybody off with that. So we're going to get started. So we're already 4 minutes in, 20-minute workout, but I do like to add the tip of the day to add that little extra something. So I've been adding a tip with every day of our workout. So as always, we'll get started with a quick warm-up and then we'll get going. So some of the ab moves are going to be done standing and some on the floor. So grab your weights and just put them to the side for now. I'm going to grab my 8s and my 10s. I may even grab lighter, honestly. I'm going to just turn the music down a little bit. I'm hearing it a lot on my end. If you use a fitness tracker, you can put it on functional strength training or core training. Make sure you have some water and a nice clear space. So let's just get started with some shoulder rolls. Good. Just warming up the upper body, kind of establishing that breath, that control, that connection. Go the other way with your shoulder rolls. You can bend the elbows there, kind of move the arms. It's almost like your shoulders are picking up your arms. Good. One more. Good. And then we're going to bring our hands together and we're going to halo and then chop. And then we're going to halo the other way and chop. This is going to be one of our moves. So I just like to preview it during the warm up. And really separate your feet as much as you need and have a slight bend in the knee. So you don't want to have your feet too close together. You want to have an even distribution of weight. And notice I'm keeping my core pretty stable here. We're going to be doing this much slower with the weight, but I love a good halo to kind of get those shoulders warm too and get that rib cage moving. Last one. Good. Nice. All right. We're going to take one finger to our temple and reach down. Again, nice and quick for the warm up, but we'll be doing these slower through the workout. Switch sides. Just want to get that side bend. Good. Two more. We're going to go back to the other side, but we're going to have one arm up and one arm reaching down. Good. Pretend you have a weight in this hand down by your leg. Switch sides. Good. Make sure you get that full range of motion over the head. Good. Last one. Nice. Good. We're going to squat with a knee lift. So bring those arms in front. Squat. Knee. Just to get those hips warm. Quick warm up. Okay. So every day I'm releasing a new workout. Today is going to be this weighted abs. We have later in the week, we have cardio abs. And we have guts and butts, one of my favorite formats. Shows the connection between your core and your glutes and hamstrings. Good. And then we have a core challenge. So super excited. And just squat down and up. Good. And you're going to give me a big arm circle when you come up. Good. And you can almost hear it arch the back if you're ready for it. Just open the chest. What you want to make sure when you arch the upper back is that your core is contracted. And open the chest, pull down. This feels so good if you do a lot of desk work, sitting all day. At work, it's just a good chest opener. Last one. We're going to hold this one up. We're going to separate our feet and twist. Good. Keep that open chest. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right, grab your drink. Just change this because it's click-clacking away there. All right. Okay, so I want you to keep in mind all the other ab workouts we've done this week. Pilates abs, the standing abs, the floor abs. Just kind of keep that connection to that core. So the first one we're going to do, we're going to take a weight, feet apart. These are all 45 seconds, and we're just going to rotate. Okay, one weight. You can also use 2 weights. I'm going to take 1 8-pound weight to start. And already here, you're holding the weight, so your shoulders, your biceps are working here. And slight bend in the knee. We're just going to slowly rotate side to side. Tuck that pelvis a little bit. And keep your hips facing front. Good. So what I don't want you to do is that, okay? So we're really planting those feet. Now, even if you don't have a weight, you can do this workout. You can hold on to, just keep your hands together. But chances are you can find something to hold on to add a little bit of resistance here. Keep those shoulders melting down the back. I'm just going to show a couple from the side. Good. One more each side. And bring it down. Good. All right. The next one, you can do this with your arms up or here. 1 weight or 2. Okay. I'm going to hold on to 1 10-pound weight. Again, you can use 2 weights. And I'm going to start here and we're going to go knees up. Ready? Here we go. So we did this in standing abs. This is great for your balance. So you want to really find that balance before you bring the knee up. If you want to make this harder, you can bring the weight up, but your arms are straight. So you don't want to be here. You want to really keep those arms straight. I'm going to show you from the side. My arms are a little in front, not directly over my head, because that would put too much pressure here. So you can stay wherever you're comfortable. This is very good for your core stability and strength. A great one if you don't like to do anything in a plank. And this really strengthens your shoulders too. Good, almost there. And last one. Good, bring it down. Nice job. All right, we're gonna go to a side bend. I'm gonna take that 10-pound weight in my hand and we're gonna side bend. We did this in the warm up. Ready and go. Now you can keep your fingertip here or you can reach it over and pull back, okay? So you can experiment with those. You don't want to make this too quick. Nice big exhale. You want to exhale in the hardest part of the exercise. For everybody, that's a little different. Sometimes when I'm doing a video and somebody's telling me to breathe, I'm like, that doesn't work for me. So do what works for you. Good. Good. You want to pause. Almost there. This is a good one with a laundry detergent bottle. Last one, and bring it in. We're going to go right to the other side. All right, I'm going to start here. I just reestablished where my feet are, and here we go. So I have a pretty heavy laundry detergent bottle. Actually, when I was carrying it into my grocery bag, I was like, wow, you could use that for a lot of core work. So don't feel like you can't do this if you don't have weights. Good. Amazon Prime days are coming. That's a great time to get some fitness equipment. I would recommend for your home gym, a Pilates ball. They're like a couple dollars, or a playground ball. You can get it like the grocery store. A fitness band. They're usually a pack of 3 for like $12. Maybe a set of moderate weights. I would, if you're just starting out, maybe 3s and 5s. You can always build from there. No better feeling than when you have to go buy better or heavier weights, or you get them online, Facebook Marketplace. Last one. Good. All right. So we have one more standing, and this one is going to be we'll do 30 seconds on each side. You're going to take the weight. You're going to take this leg back into a lunge wood chop. So this leg just kind of taps back. It's not a deep lunge, but you do bend the front knee. Okay. So I'm going to grab take an 8 for this one. All right. Ready? So we're going to be stepping back with your left foot, and we're going to go wood chop over the right. Okay. Here we go. Chop. So that back leg coming in gives you a little bit of momentum. And you're also working the legs here. You're going to feel overload in the right glute. So this is good if your knees bother you. It's just a little step. Let me show you from the side, and then we'll switch. I'm coming off on a diagonal and keeping my elbow slightly bent. Last one, and we're going to go right to the other side. Okay? So you're going to step back with your right foot now. And you're chopping in that front leg. Good. Back is nice and straight. I'm going to show you from the side again. Feet are on that railroad track. Keep that core tight. Follow through. One more. Bring it in. All right, we're going to go down to the mat. I'm going to grab a quick drink. The first one is one of my favorites. It's a pullover bridge. You can use 2 weights pushing into each other, or 1 heavier weight. Again, this isn't like my heaviest weight I would use, but I'm just using it for a little bit of resistance, so you get a feel for how it's different from the other abdominal routines we've done and work on that strength a little bit. Okay, so we're going to have the weight up and we're going to come into a glute bridge. And then we're going to pull over, working the lats, working the glutes, working the core. It's probably one of my favorite exercises. So when you're ready, get going. So we have the head down the whole time. I like this one for my clients who really can't crunch. Maybe they have osteoporosis, maybe they have a shoulder injury or a neck injury. They don't like that neck curl. So this is a great one. Keep going. Notice the slight bend in my elbow, kind of similar to that wood chop we did. Keep going. I just have to change my microphone was slipping. So this one feels just very natural on the body. And you're working the lats, the back of the shoulder, upper back as well. Last one. Good. And bring it down. Good. So that works the lats. So that's a good way to kind of get into strength training. It's a great workout for that. All right. Our next one, we're going to do an up and over crunch. I'm going to go a little lighter. I'm going to go to my 8. And we're going to have both hands on the weight over your right shoulder. Now, you can keep your head down and just get this motion going, or add a little crunch. I mean, I recommend doing the crunch because we're working a little bit more upper abdominals, and I'm not fully straightening my arms. So I'm just kind of going up and over. Now, can you make this bigger? Yes. You can sit up with it. You can bring the weight up a little more, okay? Or you can sit up, it's a little harder, as you can see, and come down. All right, I'm just going to keep it to the crunch with the extension. I'm keeping my gaze just at my thighs, keeping a slight distance between my chin and my chest. Again, you can be here. Good. Have a nice even grip on that weight too. Last one. Nice. All right. Moving on. All right. We have a weighted crunch. I'm going to go a little heavier here. I'll show you options. All right. We're going to keep that weight right here. If you want to make it easier, you can bring weight a little further away. You're going to keep it right here. You can straighten your legs a little more. Look towards your knees, and we're going to sit up. The weighted sit up. So remember we did that roll up the other day in Pilates abs? You can go partial here. You can just go partial and up, okay? Get that C shape through your spine. If you want, you can add a shoulder press at the top. Now, I'm not going all the way down with my weight, with my head. I'm just going to the tips of my shoulder blades. But you can go all the way down and then nod the chin, look towards the legs, then roll it up if you like, okay? And if your neck fatigues, that will get better with time. And last one, good. All right. We're going to go right into a flutter, and I'll give you an option without weight here. We did this in the floor abs, I think, the other day. You can have your arms up, pretend you're holding a dumbbell, okay? And crisscross the legs or flutter. I'm going to give you the choice. Crisscross hits the inner thigh a little bit more, okay? But you can just flutter too, okay? The lower the legs are, the harder it's going to be. I'm going to hold a 10-pound weight. You can do this with your head up or down. And I'm going to flutter a little with my head. Now my legs are not too low here. So I like to start here. You can also hold the weight here. That's going to fire up the chest as well. Or if you want to crisscross, you can also go up and down. That's an excellent way to kind of build. Kind of slows you down. try to stay down a little longer. Again, these can be flutters. I'm just a big fan of the crisscross lately. Hits the inner thighs as well. 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Nice job. All right, we're going to change position to a plank. Now, I'm going to show you how you can have neutral wrists. You can have your hands on dumbbells. For this plank, we're going to take one dumbbell to our side. We're going to drag that dumbbell underneath in a high plank. You can do this on your knees or your toes. Toes and hands are going to always be harder. So here's your modification. You can also just have your hands down, okay? But this is a nice way to keep the wrist neutral. If you have any wrist issues, spread the knees apart here, tuck the tailbone. You don't want to be up here in a modified plank. This is your modification to this. Okay, this is going to be harder. We're going to reach under. We're going to drag the weight, find the plank. Drag the weight, find your plank. I don't want you to just drag. You're looking for core stability while you're dragging that weight. Keep going. Here it is, up on the toes. And I'm trying to keep my hips from moving. It's hard. Drag it under with that opposite arm. Again, you can go here anytime. Maybe you just hold a plank. That's fine too, okay? Move my weights in a little bit. And do one more. And relax. Good job. Take those weights to the side if you were using them and just sink into that child's pose. Good job. All right, we're going to go to a side plank. We have 3 more moves, but the side plank, we're going to do 30 seconds right and 30 seconds left. I'm going to take a moderate weight, so I'm going to take my 8, and we're going to be on our elbow. Remember, we did this the other day. You can either be here, here, or a full side plank. Okay, you can also stagger. I don't like this for me. I would rather either just have a knee down or go to the stack. You're going to keep your shoulder off your ear, and we're going to clean and press that weight. You can also do this without a weight and just get used to the movement, okay? Clean and press is like a snatch. All right, this one gets the shoulders as well. All right, ready? First, find your plank, and then hand on the weight. And you want to make sure that the weight doesn't go behind you. So the palm faces me, you, and then it faces the screen. You can also do this right here. One with the weight, one without. Reach. Hard to hold that plank. The hips are stable. I'm not doing anything with the hips. And time. Whew. All right, before we go to the other side, we're going to go to a twist. So this one is a Russian twist, they call it. You're going to be here, and you're just going to rotate with the weight. We did this without a weight the other day, so you can always do that as well. I'm going to take a 10 for this one. We have this move, and then the side plank, and we're done with our weighted core for the day. So come back, tuck the pelvis a little bit, but open up the chest. And I'm going to have you do 2 pulses each side. That second pulse can help give you a better rotation. Now, just like the other day, you can lift one leg to the same, it's the same side that you're twisting to. Good option to involve the lower abs a little more. Also works the quads, okay? Because you're lifting that leg just a little bit. Good. That chest open. You're also working a little bit of the biceps and shoulders here and chest. You're holding the weight. You can also take the legs up. Good. Ooh. A little harder with the legs up. Make sure you're pulled into those low abs. Last one. and bring it in. Nice job. All right, get that weight that you used on the other side for our final move. 30 seconds. So we're going to establish our plank first. You can get your weight, put it near you. So remember, you can be here, the hips up, you're still going to feel it. This toe extended, so knee and toe influence that leg, or full side plank. Think about your shoulder too. We don't want to sink. We want to use the abs on this side as well as this side. Okay. All right. Find your plank and grab that weight and go. So you can do one with, one without. Your eyes can follow the dumbbell, or you can just keep them out. Great facing front the whole time, because it will challenge your balance to look up. Really draw those lower abs in. You're working the shoulder as well. Total body here. So this is a great workout to get into strength training. Last one. Ooh. And bring it down. Ooh. All right, we're going to stretch everything out. All right, we're going to lay on our back. Excellent job, everybody. Ooh, heart rate went up a little bit there. All right, we're going to bring our knees into the chest. Take our arms out into the teeth. And then keeping our knees and the ankles together. Drop our knees to one side. You want to make sure that this shoulder is down. Open up that chest. You can look to one side or the other. Getting a nice stretch in the obliques and that outer thigh. Go to the other side. Weights are in the way. And you're making sure that your opposite shoulder's down. So my knees are to the left right now, and I'm making sure that right shoulder's down. I can take my gaze to that side if I like. You can go to goalpost arms here, which is a little harder to keep your chest open and your shoulders down. Oh, breathe into that side body. Big breaths into the chest. And we're going to hug those knees in. Lift your head up. Hold onto your shins and roll yourself up. Good job. All right, let's take a little stretch for the hamstrings. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward. Keep your arms up as an extension of your spine. Don't let the arms come down. And just hold it wherever you can. Nice straight back here. And then let everything fall forward. Your legs are super tight today. Relax your shoulders. Flex your feet if you like. Nice job. All right. We're going to take one leg, cross it over, hands behind, figure four in a seated position. You can also do this on your back. This is kind of like a quick go-to. You can also do it seated if you're at a desk. It's kind of a nice way to kind of open up the hips. And we'll do the other side. Oh, I did that side already. Good. I went to my easier side twice. Open up that hip, open up your chest. Good. And then flip around to all fours. We're going to come up in a functional way. I love to come up this way. I do it almost every class that I do. We're going to cat and cow. Round the spine and arch. Good. We'll come to neutral. Curl the toes under. We're going to briefly lift the knees up and really contract through those low abs. Hold that bear plank. And then come to downward facing dog. Let's just take a twist here. Take one hand and reach towards that ankle. Other side. It feels good. Nice little twist. It's okay if your hand's up here. That is totally fine. And then come back. Walk your hands in one at a time, keeping the hips nice and stable. Hold it here. Bend the knees. Grab your elbows and just ragdoll here. So just really letting the spine go. You don't have to be that low. You can be up here. Let that spine to round and lengthen. creating space to the vertebrae. Release the arms, roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is your head. Roll the shoulders back. Give me a big arm circle. Give yourselves a hand. Great job with that weighted core. These are getting a little harder as we go. And remember, my tip of the day is strength training. Check, you already did it for the day. So remember, you can add this onto a workout, or this can be your workout for the day. Add a little cardio, add a walk, and you're good to go. All right, I will see you tomorrow.